Let's see, we're a firm of about 22 people operating out of this narrow little building in downtown Toronto. Actually, I would say we started doing small institutional, graduated to larger institutional buildings like fairly large libraries and classroom buildings. But we also have continuously done some very small projects, interiors and houses and things like that. A house can be just as potent as any other kind of building, and often more so. There's a lot of client needs that are absolute and they must be met, and you know that's your absolute duty is to respond to those and make it work. But it's also your duty to make sure there's a strong idea, that there's a clear architectural concept driving the project, or the project will be a kind of collage of niceties, and that's not architecture. I would actually say the best example would be the Heathdale House, 48 Heathdale, for Tina Goldlist. We worked with Tina and Hershey to kind of get everything exactly where she wanted it, so that, you know, she'd open that door and that's what she wanted to find at that location. It's the slipping of the ravine up into the house that makes the spaces of the house more amazing, right? So it's a good example of where the conceptual driver enhances the experience of the house with absolutely no compromise in the function of the building. One of the residential projects that I think is a really interesting idea of living in the city is the house we recently completed for Charlie Pachter. And what's interesting about it is that it's an archive, a painting studio, a public gallery, and an apartment, all in one building, vertically stacked, and resulting in a tiny, tiny garden, only about 12 feet by 10 feet, I would say, which is a fabulous space with a little pool and so on. It's like a little oasis in the middle of the city. Really interesting, peaceful little place. And I think it's a really good example of how you can reinterpret good qualities of urbanism with new uses and new forms and very exciting, kinds of space and form.